In the previous video we began our journey in Namibia from Windhoek, the capital city, visited few national parks, couple of authentic tribes and many more interesting locations. You can find the link to the video in the description. By the way, don't forget to subscribe. And we continue our journey to the Skeleton Coast. Let's go!
We have the famous lion.
Entering Skeleton Coast National Park, we were cautioned about an area with deep, blown sand and advised to exercise caution. Despite observing a stranded car from a distance, we opted to navigate without engaging all-wheel drive in our Land Cruiser, resulting in getting stuck. All-wheel drive didn't help, but switching to a lower gear resolved the situation. But we couldn't leave the same tourists in trouble. It turned out that they didn't even have a tow rope. It emphasized the importance of ensuring your car is equipped with all necessary tools before embarking on the journey.
Еще чуть-чуть. Думаю, хватит.
With collaborative efforts, we successfully freed the stuck car and continued our journey.
Our next stop is Stora Bay campsite. It's only operational for 2 months a year, December and January. The place appeared desolated and abandoned.
Океан!
Дали не знаю. Очень холодно. Невозможно там.
On the Skeleton Coast, you can see lions, jackals. In fact, there is nothing here except the remains of ships and the ruins of diamond mines. Notably, not the entire Skeleton Coast is accessible to tourists without a guide. Entry to areas where diamond mining continues requires a guided tour. Cape Cross is known for one of the largest colonies of fjord seals in the world. All the coastal rocks are covered with them, and water in the ocean looks like soup. There are so many fjord seals in it.
And I also can recommend the restaurant in the Cape Cross Lodge. They have awesome spaghetti with shrimps and terrace with sea view.
From the ocean shore, where it was quite cool, we went to warm up in Spitzkoppe, mountain area where you can not only see rock painting, but also walk along impressive rock formations.
So paintings with one color only are the biggest one, like these ones, those are the biggest ones. So, which is 5,000 years old. The ones with two or more color are the youngest one, which is about 2,000 years old. These paintings, they were painted in two different times.
Okay.
So they are even saying this, the so-called white lady was smoking a Tatura plane. It's a crazy sea, it's a plane. So these people, they always depend on wild food and wild animals.
Interestingly, in the park itself, there is a campsite where you can spend the night among the boulders. We didn't know this, and so we stayed nearby. Swakopmund and Walvis Bay are two towns within half an hour drive of each other. It's a good place to relax, sleep inside the house and visit local German pubs, of which there are quite a few in the city. Excursion to Sandwich Harbour, depart from Walvis Bay, is a must. It's photographs of Sandwich Harbour that can most often be seen when describing Namibia. Yellow-red giant dunes come close to the ocean. It's not always possible to drive along the coast. High tides and high waves often make this impossible. But almost every travel agency in the city will offer you to admire the bay from the height of the dunes and drive along the dunes.
Impressionnant, ouais. Oh, beautiful. Palmato gecko.
Hello.
He's a male, and he lost the tail, and he is growing a new tail now.
Yes. Very generous.
So Nepalmato, it means webbed foot. We just show you the feet. She's like little shovels. Sorry, I keep him in the shadow because he's very sensitive to the sunlight. That is why he lives underneath the ground. You can also see the skin is transparent. The stomach is the black part. You can see the spinal cord very nicely. And the male have this white hair on the tail. The female is smooth on the tail. This is how I know he's a male. They don't have an eyelid, so he cannot close his eyes, but he has a special lens to protect the eye from sand.
Splendid.
Beautiful little creature.
No.
It's a lazy one today.
Another great tour from Walvis Bay is a whale and dolphin watching tour. They promise dolphins, but whales depend on your luck. Even upon departure, they put on a show with fur seals and pelicans, who sit down next to the tourists and happily pose while eating fish.
О, привет. Привет, ну ты мокрый.
And then there was a whale, and not just a fountain, but welcoming waves of flippers. Our journey is coming to an end, and we are heading to Sossusvlei. It is a place in Namibia where you can find the most beautiful red dunes and enormous height. But on the way to that place there was a sandstorm, and weather forecast told us that the wind there is up to 100 kilometers per hour. So we decided to wait one more day and headed to the valley where you can see Quiver trees that can be seen only in southern part of Africa.
You are not allowed in the park before dawn and after sunset, but even this time is enough. By the way, if you stay at a campsite that is located in the park itself, you can enter an hour earlier than everyone else. At dawn, we drove into the Dead Valley. The last section of the road is a little worse, but does not pose any particular difficulties in a car with a four-wheel drive. However, if you are worried, there are four buses that will take you there for an additional fee. You need to walk about 20-30 minutes to get to the Dead Valley. In the valley itself, what seemed like a lot of people gathered at the time, mostly photographers, with tripods and other equipment. The sun rose, and the mythical image of the valley evaporated on its own. We returned to the parking lot, and only then saw what a lot of people were. Around 9 a.m., buses with tourists began to arrive, and dozens of people rushed to the Dead Valley. This is the end of our trip to Namibia. 2 weeks flew by unnoticed. Subscribe, like, and see you on new journeys.